Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John. YuYu Hakusho, episode 13, Yusuke versus Rando, 99 attacks. Japan debuted January 9th, 1993. Americans got it May 18th, 2002. And The Beasts of May's Castle. Japan, January 16th, 1993. And America, May 25th, 2002.
Ooh,
Yeah,
we
So
ended our rando fight.
we end a story and start a story.
it's again, yeah, it's they really don't take much time, do they? Uh there's no filler episode where they all go to Bulma's for a party. But yeah, I mean, first off, before we really dig into the first episode, the second episode is where we form the Yu Yu Hakusho that I know, which is to say the our version of the Stardust Crusaders come together.
The
But
We
team,
we we finally get the title card. Like finally,
yes.
everyone is here.
and they summarily reject having a filler episode at Bulma's house. Like, they're gonna go to we'll talk about it, but they're gonna go to the movies, except.
Yeah.
But
Um
Except never.
but
yeah, we got the band together.
But before we talk about the band, should we talk about the final and the end of Rando?
Yeah,
Rondo?
Rando
What?
getting killed.
I I don't know if Rando gets killed. They just take
No,
him back.
he just gets small and put in the spirit world, but I think he's going to get a good kicking there. So I think it's as good as.
You keep kicking him. Um, I gotta throw this out here. I forgot about. I like how special interest Rando actually is. Like he loves collecting these techniques and he's excited to show them off. Like I forgot about that little piece of character we get with him.
Yeah, I love how that plays into his defeat as well. He has all these techniques, but he can't land the killing blow. It plays really nicely into Yusuke. Like Yusuke knows none of these techniques, but he's stupid enough. He'll just keep getting up. So you've got to keep on him if you want to take him down. And Rando forgets that. Rando lets him get up. Rando decides, oh, I'm gonna kill you with the spirit gun because that'd be funny, and that gives Yusuke an opening.
I I do have to point out about the spirit gun thing. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, he learned that," but just by watching Yusuke do it, it's like I don't understand how complicated the spirit gun actually is. At the end of the day, it feels kind of like the most rudimentary. Like it feels like the Masenko or like even the Kamehameha. It's just like it beam, it shoot. Like I don't know how difficult that really is if you know what you're doing. You know what I
Especially
mean?
because Koenma taught it to Yusuke in two sentences. It's like energy into finger, energy out of finger. It does feel like babies in Japan. That's not what they don't comment on it as much. They specifically more note that that he's being a dick by doing it.
He is being a jerk by doing it.
It's like the one time Tien uses the Kamehameha wave to basically taunt Yamcha. Um yeah, I there's a sequence where we always talk about Yusuke getting just the absolute crap kicked out of him. The sequence where like Rando basically boils water and comes out and just like mollywops him really hard. Like that's like, ooh, I felt that one. That was the hit in these two episodes where I was like, yeah, yeah,
That
that
hurt.
one hurt.
That hurt. That had
Yeah.
to hurt.
And again, Yusuke stays down after that. Like I think it's something I realized watching this is what sets apart Yusuke from a lot of shonen heroes is Yusuke actually goes down. Because a lot of shonen, especially modern, they'll go to like a knee or drop or sort of be crouched. They won't ever go flat until they die. Yusuke goes flat from attacks, so it does have that thing of like, oh, he is out, out.
Yeah.
Think about the CTE this kid is slowly developing.
Both
Like
that
Oh,
isn't real. Only Yusuke can see them.
yeah.
I do have to throw this out here. I Justin Cook had such great has is a great voice actor. The line read that he has when it's like, "How do you feel? Why do you keep asking me that? I'm upside down. What do you think?" Is so it's so good, and I feel like that's like okay, the character is down. We have this now.
Yeah, I love that we're sort of keeping Yusuke as a street fighter. That he's from this gang culture where fighting is this everyday thing, and he doesn't care about Rando's whole thing of I'm learning all the techniques. Yusuke doesn't care. My job is to knock people down when they get in my way. So you can have the fanciest technique in the world. I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
What do you think about the hate fish?
His pet's the hate fish.
The hate fish.
Oddly fitting. Oddly fitting.
I love saying it. It's just a fun thing. I kind of had an echolalia thing going on today, being like, "Hey, fish."
I just like in the Japanese, he specifically calls them his pets, so which is just like nice and cute. Like he thought like they're in a tank somewhere and he's teleported them in. He's like, well, I can't win without my fish watching.
Yeah, and even in the English, he's like, "Oh, my precious hate fish." Like he loves the. I love the idea of Rando having like this beautifully, meticulously put together tank, and like it's fish and techniques. That's his special interest.
Having said that, fish owners. Fish owners are meticulous about how they take care of their tanks. They're almost more proud of the tanks than they are the fish themselves.
Oh, good news! Those fish are all dead now.
Yeah, Yusuke absolutely annihilated them after Kuwabara left his body to insult him.
Oh, I loved when Kuwabara's soul flies into Yusuke because I was really worried when that happened because I thought we were about to get like a really schmaltzy moment, but we kept the character because Kuwabara isn't like, oh, you have to fight. Kuwabara is, don't be a coward, man up, get up, stop being pathetic.
I'm going to take your job.
I love that because, yeah, that is so. It feels more authentic than an emotional moment because that is Kuwabara. Yeah, Kuwabara isn't the type to be overly emotional. Yusuke wouldn't react to, oh, you have to save me. What he'll react to is, you're crap. How dare you be this crap? And I love that. It avoided going the obvious route and really that they know these characters so well.
Mm-hmm. It's also like one of the things that, and this is true of every fight Yusuke's been in just about for this tournament. It really highlights how in over his head he is that we need Force Ghost Kuwabara to encourage him, and that how much he has to rely on strategy, not just to eventually beat Rando with the people's elbow, but to eventually just to survive.
I do like Rando's little freak out when he does get because part of what happens in the contrivance and how Yusuke wins, which is actually very funny. He tries to shrink Yusuke since they've both used up all of their energy, and it turns out that Yusuke had goop in his ears and couldn't hear the chant, so it couldn't affect him, which is actually like a good way to explain that. And I do love his little like crash out about it. It's like he's right here. He should have been able to hear it. How could he have known it if I didn't? And then it turns out he didn't know.
I love that. Again, it plays really nicely into that character thing. Like, Rando is, what has he been doing? He's been hunting down these different sorcerers who probably their natural reaction to someone starting chanting is to like try to counterspell them. He's probably never been in a situation where someone would just plug their ears because that is, again, this kind of grounded scrappy thing. Like, no, a sorcerer would fight back. So he's never considered that. Oh, right. What if they just don't listen to me?
And to Yusuke, it just happened by mistake because he was in the goo.
Yeah.
He's complaining about it.
Oh, gross. It's so good. And Botan is so worried. I do have to talk a little bit about the Botan and Genkai interaction because I like that amoral idea behind, like the idea like progress is the point, like that. You don't see that in shonen mentors very often, where it's like no, the progress is the point. I don't care who takes it. I just need someone to take it.
Yeah.
I also love the fact she specifically calls out in Japan that Botan won't understand, which I think there is something. I almost foreshadows Rando's ending for me a little bit in the idea that, again, Genkai is so in her own thing. She doesn't stop to think that, oh no, of course Botan understands. She's the god of death. She's seen worse things than you'll ever see, but she can't accept in that moment, see outside herself. That's what happens to Rando. Rando is so in his being the technique master, he can't see this really obvious thing coming because he's just blinded himself to it. It's a really nice little setup.
This is what happens every time Deadpool and Taskmaster fight in the comics. This is every time they fight in the comics.
We have to have the editing for this episode. These two episodes have some of the weirdest editing going on. So obviously there's lots of dams to heck, as a tradition. But so last episode when Rando chanted, they scrubbed out all of the different symbols when he was doing it. This time they leave them all in for some reason. They just don't bother to change them. But the line, they change one line. when Yusuke's pulling stuff out of his ears, he goes, "Why is everything so freaking quiet?" They changed to, "Why is everything so darn quiet?" So apparently, in this episode, we can't say freaking.
Too close to the sun,
Well,
Icarus.
Except previous episodes, we've censored things to freaking.
Yes.
doesn't look. There are 5 people working at Funimation right now. Of course, some it's gonna be weird.
Oh, it's
Most of
gonna
them are
get
in the
weird.
voice cast. All of them are
Most
in
of
the
the
voice cast.
Justin Cook is editing this at the same time he's voice acting.
Yeah.
Whenever that's why Kuwabara keeps dying because he's got to do a shift in the editing room.
Yeah, yeah. Sabat wears a lot of hats.
Sabat wears a lot of hats, and most of them are happening at the same. And he's doing every voice in Dragon Ball at the same time. You got to give the man a break.
He's
Yeah.
like Krusty recording lines for his doll. Just walks in,
Who's
ha
he?
ha 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 ha. Gah.
Who did he voice in the Funimation dub for Fruits Basket? Because you know he voiced at least 5 million characters, and because that was around the same time that they were doing the dub of
He
Yu
was
Yu
a
Hakusho.
lot of background characters in voice in Fruits Basket. I don't know if they gave him one of the Twinkie boys. I don't think they gave him.
You could have.
Yeah.
You could have.
As an
They
aside,
could've.
if you ever want to really slow your computer down, do try and load up his IMDb page because it is so long it will
Yeah.
lag your browser.
Sorry, Sabat's career is so long. It's kind of like when you're reading the poem Ozymandias, and you're
Yeah.
just going through everything Ramses II did.
It is
Um,
it is the Epic of Gilgamesh, really. But
for Sabat wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
yeah. Yeah, but it's fascinating how briskly this tournament arc has kind of, like everything else about the show, we say it all the freaking time about how briskly this all 2 episodes for Yusuke versus Rando. Dose.
Yeah.
Like,
2
How many
episodes to
episodes is Goku versus Frieza? Real quick.
14, isn't it? When you take out all the other stuff.
are we
When you
talking
take out the
Kai or
filler.
are we talking Z?
I'm talking Z. So let's talking Z. How many episodes is Goku fighting Frieza?
Well, you guys rip for a second. I'll
You'll
you know,
work it. You'll do the math.
You know,
yeah.
it's also like, how many episodes is Naruto fighting Pain or Madara? Like, how many goddamn episodes was Deku fighting All for One? You know, like,
If
all,
you take
all of the season.
if you take out all the filler, because there are like lulls in the fight, right? Where like they think Goku's dead after he goes Super Saiyan, they think he like fell in the lava or whatever.
In kind
And
of a
then
bit of
there's like
comedy.
there's Bulma gets the Ginyu body, and the Ginyu Force goes on King Kai's planet. If you take all of it out, it's 19 episodes. If you leave all of it in, it's 30 episodes.
Oh, I was close.
Yeah.
That's it by today's anime standards. That's insane. That's it. And if you really think about it, they were adapting a panel an episode.
Yeah. It's
But
only
yes,
like 7 episodes of Kai.
It's still 7 episodes.
what's amazing about Yusuke vs. Rando is it's 2 episodes that don't let up either. We get very little. It's amazing that there is no real downtime in these episodes without it being breakneck pacing. There's a real nice rhythm to this. Like there are moments where we slow down, but then we sort of immediately sort of pick. Yusuke versus Rando is a nice roller coaster in that we get we get the big drop, we get a little bit of a moment to enjoy it, then as we go back up to the lift hill, another big drop. It's lovely, really nicely done.
Yeah. And Yusuke never has the advantage. He's always on the back. Again, this is another fight where Yusuke is always on the back foot. Like he doesn't get his triumph. He gets his triumphant moment, but it's pure crazy random happenstance that he gets it. Genkai was fully going to let him die. Genkai was like, "Yep, this child is going to die. Oh well."
To your earlier point, Genkai's face for most of this entire arc has been the same. Like occasionally, like, oh, you took my cigarette, stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just deadpan.
I did like Yusuke's little internal monologue. Yusuke, age 14, went through all of this to get his life back, and then he got eaten by a freaking fish.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, that's just great.
It's a very funny callback to the first episode.
Mm. Yeah, he hasn't been dead for a minute. I remember thinking that he was dead for longer, and now here we are, he's
Nearly
been
died.
alive for like 10 episodes now.
Nearly dying again.
Yeah.
and then we move into the zombie apocalypse that has started. But first, he didn't get his tickets. I do have to throw that out there. Yusuke didn't want to go to the training. He just wanted to beat Rando and leave. And Genkai was like, "No, you're
I
mine now."
I love that he ends with an elbow drop and then gets told no.
No, sorry, you're stuck here.
I'd like because yeah, they say there's gonna be a 6 month gap, and it is a 6 month gap. Next episode takes place 6 months later. I love that.
Yeah, we
Holy,
don't get stuck in the training arc.
we don't get stuck in the training arc, but what it lets us do is as because plot of Beast of Maze Castle is we have we'll tackle the zombie apocalypse, but we're sending you on a new mission to go to this massive city full of demons to break into a castle full of big demons. What it does, it leaves it open that Yusuke has. We know he's improved. We don't know exactly how he's improved yet, so it's nice we're going to be introduced to things during battle a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it does. It makes some of these fights feel like more of a toss-up. Like, can Yusuke overcome this?
Yeah. We get to see the shotgun when he's fighting like the zombified street punks, but then he and Kuwabara get absolutely like murdered by Jawas.
They are Jaws. I love the spirit shotgun. As upgrades go, perfect. Like it's nice and restrained. We're not going out with superpowers yet. Like he's still. It's a nice compliment. It's like a good video game where every ability has its use case. Spirit shotgun, yeah, cool. Also makes perfect sense for Yusuke. What is his background? It's fighting gangs of people. Of course, his first thing he's going to want is an AoE attack.
Yeah. And we get some fun stuff with Keiko and Kuwabara. I love the little 3-person date that they're on for some reason. Like Keiko is like, yeah, all 3 of us. Yeah. Keiko and her 2 boyfriends.
I love how defensive Kuwabara is of Keiko as well. When he shouts at you look grateful.
Love her. Why are you not showing her how much you love her? I do like that little moment when like Yusuke notices that they're being followed and he's like, oh, me and Kuwabara have to go buy boy stuff. And you see it in Keiko's face being like, do boys get periods too? Like that was kind of the energy of that.
Oh, that is of course one of the big changes in Japan. In America, they're going to get itching cream as Kuwabara's idea. It's a dirty magazine in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Kuwabara is legitimately excited about the dirty magazine as well.
I do need to know how common this was in like pre-internet culture, just men reading porn mags together. Like, is that a group activity normally?
You've got to read it for the articles. I mean, without Playboy, we wouldn't have that anyway.
There's interviews,
Yeah. It just happens to be smooshed between the titties. But yeah, we get some fun stuff going on here. Kuwabara has also firmly like decided that he will not be left at home. He is going to join in on the adventure. How dare you think you can exclude him?
I love Potan when she realizes he's trying to play it off. Like, we're just talking.
Yeah, demons aren't real. Kuwabara's like, dude, I was there. I saw it. I got shrunk.
Rando just crippled me.
I got shrunk. An old lady fixed my bones in one day. I think we're past it now.
Yeah.
I am a little disappointed with the English. So the build that in Japan is Kuwabara's whole thing is he declares that, I will not let my hometown fall. And he gets like little banners that say Kuwabara, the man who loves his hometown, which I think is slightly better than how the American version does it, because it does give him like this external motivation in that like, no, my friends are in this town. I'm not going to let. And it plays into him with the Keiko stuff earlier quite nicely as well, of him being like, you should appreciate this woman. She's being nice to you. So it does again show that he's more community-minded than Yusuke is. Like, so yeah, I wish they'd kind of, there had to have been a way to translate that to make it work, to sort of, that is his motivation. Like, yeah, I've just seen these people be zombies. Of course I'm going to let that happen to everyone I love.
I'm Kuwabara, and I have a sword. I do like when they're fighting the zombie street toughs, when Kuwabara's like, hey, we haven't even started and they're pulling knives out. Like, there's a lot of good scripting happening here.
Yeah.
That's not how this works. You can't pull the knives out till the second round. It's well known.
Yeah. Don't you understand that we started our base form and then we go to Super Saiyan? Like, that's not how this works. Have you not watched Dragon Ball?
This is YuYu Hakusho. We don't have time for first forms. We
do not have time for
Rando. I guess Rando just completely disproves that, doesn't he?
I mean,
Because he's got there's the moment where Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a moment where like Rando remembers that he uses L'Oreal and with the big flowing locks, but yeah.
I mean that is a big thing I will say in Yu Yu Hakusho. Beautiful hair on certain characters
Everyone's
is
got great hair except for Kuwabara.
everybody's got great hair. You got Kurama with his long and then with his long beautiful hair, and then he'll get his long silver hair. You have Karasu, who's just a hair monster. Look,
Yeah.
Kuwabara is busy. He doesn't care for your human concepts of vanity. He only cares for violence.
and swords. Like I, I
Oh,
I do also something I appreciate from loving Yu Yu Hakusho as much as I do is Botan presents the idea of the city of ghosts and apparitions as being very black and white. You're good, they're bad. Do what you got to do. And it for those of you who remember how this series goes, it actually sets things up very nicely. And it's such a little moment that my future site looked at and was like, "Oh, that's actually really really interesting considering what's going to happen during chapter Black."
I should also point out that yeah, if you were watching this on Toonami, you wouldn't get to enjoy the zombie sequence. The
Oh.
entire thing was cut. Yusuke goes, they're following us. We get a little bit of them being close, and he just shotguns them all. Basically, Yusuke saw people who had weird skin and killed them on sight. I get why they did it because obviously they're holding knives. One of them is saying "must kill" repeatedly. So yeah, it's a very clunky edit. It's one of the ones I can kind of appreciate because I'm not entirely sure how you'd be able to cut around that. Though of course this episode does have Yusuke saying that I can't believe Koenma expects to take on a whole freaking city of demons alone. He's left in, despite us cutting freaking last episode.
They were busy. Like I do.
Hell?
We do have to talk about the band getting together now. We do.
Oh, the boys are here.
Like I like when Kurama and Hiei show up in their like Sailor Moon, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune way to kind of like save the day. Like I enjoy that. They come in as little balls of light. It's like seems like you need a hand, boys.
Don't worry, the queers are here.
Yeah, strike the pose.
Have no fear, the queers are here. Like
We were talking
nice.
stands earlier. They are stands incarnate.
They really are. It's
my
nice
stand, kiss from a rose.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
But
Is
but
that
yeah.
anyway?
No.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I like we immediately sort of get them straight into peril with the sort of the maze castle, which has the ultimate D&D trap, a floor that will crush you, but one of you can escape. So who will betray the others?
I like that. I think it's a very, especially Yusuke at the end being like, "Oh man, we should have done a trust exercise or two on the way here."
Yeah,
there's a good joke.
yeah, I like that as well because it's kind of one of those things you think of when you think of D&D traps, like the ones you should never do because it never ends well.
Yeah.
It's also pretty cool, right? Because like Yusuke knows he can trust Kuwabara. Kuwabara knows he can trust Yusuke. Yusuke can trust Kurama because they already had their little moment and Kurama did get stabbed for him, and this will continue to be a theme. Hiei is the odd man out here, and that's set up very nicely. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but Hiei is looking a little bit more ooh-woo cute than he did in his first appearance.
In his time in prison, he's put some weight on his face and has had some time sort of neaten himself up.
His eyes actually have color to them, but he looks so ooh-woo. Like he's much more cute.
When they come in, there's one shot of him on the tree, which just immediately the guy's like, "Oh, okay, this was going to be on the cover of Shonen Jump, wasn't it? This is the cover image, and this is going to be the image that you get on the poster."
I love when that happens when you know a character wasn't supposed to come back. It kind of happens to Vegeta too. It's like why Vegeta starts getting taller over time.
Yeah, and a wider neck. That's the meme that his neck has more character development than anything else.
His neck gets more character development, but like he very clearly gets like whoobified a little bit in his appearance, and then of course he and Kuwabara start their little pseudo rivalry.
I mean, even his personality's woobified a bit because he's gone from being kind of standoffish to Honey from around High School Host Club in that he's not standoffish in an aggressive way now. He's just a little brat who you kind of want to pet on the head and go, "Okay, here's your stuffed animal. Shut up."
Listen. We were talking about the clamp girlies earlier.
when they were under the thing, he did sound like he was 1 minute away from stamping his foot and crossing his arm. Going, I won't do it. It's like,
There,
God.
there's something about that Hiei's voice that is like you start off with him being like super evil, and obviously he has the same voice actor as Android 17,
Yeah, Chuck
and
Bear.
it's a very yes, Chuck Bear. Sorry, I could not remember his name for a hot second. Sorry, Chuck, you're not Sabat, so I'm not forced to remember your name as much.
It's been imprinted.
But there is something very kind of like John. I think you had the right phrase. It's a very bratty kind of tone to his voice, where
Well,
it's just
remember,
like, oh.
yeah, Hubert's also Chuck Hubert's also Pilaf, which
It's another bratty character.
yeah, and
And short.
this is a Pilaf ass trap.
Chucky Bear has a short, evil voice. That's what he sounds like.
I also relate the little eye demon that's coming as my job is to explain traps to you. I also sound a little bit like the announcer from Battle Royale for some reason.
Like, I am very excited to be in Maze Castle though, because I love Yu Yu Hakusho. We've talked about this. We're talking about a lot of stuff I love this week. But in particular, this is the art. Like I liked it a lot as a kid, but then we got to Maze Castle, and this is what locked me in. This is why I have the Yusuke tattoo on my back. Like this is why this got me in, and then Dark Tournament seals it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and we got the Saint Beasts. We're about to take on it's we're taking on groups of villains. It was like the three demons like earlier on, and then all the tournament participants, and now we get the Saint Beasts. So it's always it. I'm trying to remember when we get to a solitary big bad
I
in
think
the
it's
series.
I don't know if we really ever do because Sensui has his whole group,
Minions. Yeah.
and then everything that happens during the Demon Kings arc, like they all like there's three Demon Kings. Like I don't think we ever get like a solitary villain again, except we had Rando. Like I think Rando's the last one.
Yeah, if that even counts, because it's part of a organized
Yeah,
Tournament.
he's
perspective.
which
Yeah.
I quite like. It's a nice way to avoid power creeping. It could keep you on the back foot without putting you in a situation where you have to come up with a new special power to take down this new invincible foe. Just outnumber him.
Yeah.
Uh, but before we go into final thoughts, just really quick shout out to baby ass Jerry Jewell voicing uh voicing the Phoenix character Suzaku. Just like that is a baby Jerry Jewell there before he goes on to be Viktor Nikiforov in Yuri on Ice. So good for you, Jerry. You developed that Russian accent quite well. But yeah, let's get some final thoughts.
Good, satisfying finish to the tournament. If slightly abrupt, as is the show's way. And on to the next, because that's thank you next is kind of the underlying theme of Yu Yu Hakusho.
It's amazing how this show is just avoiding all the pratfalls that would become associated with shonen. It's we are going quickly, but immediately, Maze Castle, we've immediately set it up as a new location with new foes, but that has to be approached in a different way. So none of your old tricks are going to work anymore. So we've got new things. I love that we're starting off with a trap, not a new monster, because again, it has that thing like this is a new environment for you that's going to have its own perils, and it means that we're moving quickly, but everything is new, and everything being new means it doesn't get boring. I think rather than going from hey, you've done the Genkai tournament, here's another tournament.
It's interesting because we're 14 episodes into the show and we've done two full arcs of the show, and now we've done three full arcs of the show. We've done Yusuke's resurrection, we've done dealing with Hiei, Kurama, and the other guy, and we've done Genkai's tournament. Now we're going into the fourth arc in 14 episodes. That's an insane pace, and like that's something that I think is the deftness of Yu Yu Hakusho and just how writerly you have to be to enable to make that work as well as it does and to understand the format. Like Yoshihiro Togashi will never see this. He will never see the amount of glazing that is happening right now. But like it's so genuinely on like a production side, so impressive and so intense in its impressiveness that I'm so excited to be watching it again. But that does mean that we have pulled into our final destination. That's right. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang!